Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Red Couch podcast. My name is Aaron,
And I'm Avery.
and thank you for listening. So, Avery, what is new, my sis?
Um, I'm started a new class. I'm in biology right now. That is a time, that's
I was
for
gonna
sure.
say, sounds like fun.
That's super fun. 6 hours of biology every day.
hmm That's good. That's good. And the new school format, how is that? Like this new quad, so far so good. I'm assuming then, besides the biology aspect.
Yeah, I like it more than I thought I would because, you get to you're not jumping in between a bunch of classes all day. You're spending a week on one class and that's where all your focus is for that week.
hmm
So, I like it.
Nice. Well, speaking of class and school, it's very funny you mentioned that because for today's episode, we have some very awesome guests with us today. We have Maddy and Cydney, who are the co-presidents for the St. Theresa Student Council. How are you two doing?
Great. We're good. We're pretty busy actually. So it's been pretty crazy actually, but things are good, eh, Mads?
Yeah, busy but excited for everything coming up.
Yeah.
That's good. And I feel like being busy, especially during these times, at least for me, has helped me kind of pass the time. Like I'd
Yeah.
rather have things like be busy trying to do something than have like moments where I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
good. So thank you for joining us, you two, by the way. Um, Avery was kind of talking about it earlier, but how has school been for you two? As you know, I'm assuming senior year, great student co-presidents, lots going on for y'all, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's definitely not the senior year that we imagine, but a lot of people are in that boat, so it's cool. For me, I think it's definitely easy work-wise. I don't find the material to be hard. Just the online hasn't been great, but
Mhm.
we're going back now, so that's going to be different.
Oh yeah, that's true. So is that? Do you think this will be better then for you, like everyone being back, or do you think like, no, I kind of preferred the whole virtual aspect of it, or like, what are some things from like from both that you liked or disliked? Like, what's really different?
I think there were good parts to both online and in person. I think it's easier to pay attention in person for sure. I'm looking forward to getting back to actually getting dressed and going to school and having that same routine every day instead of just being in your that same moving from your bed to your desk and then back to your bed and having that routine of almost nothing. And I think getting to see people and getting to work with people at school instead of just through a screen is a totally different experience. And I'm looking forward to living life like I used to. It's been a really long time, and I think it was a good experience to live through being online school, but I'm really needing to go back. So
Yeah, I agree. I definitely had enough of online. It's good because it keeps everybody safe. And it's given us more downtime or I don't know, just time to focus on things that we need to focus on. But it can be really overwhelming to be at home with the same people all day. And just looking at a screen constantly is really bad for your mental health and just for being alone all the time is bad. So I'm really excited to get back to being with my friends every day and just interacting again.
Yeah, that's definitely a big thing. Like what you said about sitting in front of a screen all day, like watching your Zoom lessons or just working on stuff on your laptop, it does a lot to your mental health, especially being so isolated. And I
Mhm.
think that's one of the good things about going back to school is not just to be able to work easier, but just the social aspect of school is what a lot of people have been missing during like COVID and all this.
hmm
For sure.
it's gonna bring back that social aspect that people have been craving during these times for sure.
Yeah.
It's awesome to hear. Well, awesome to hear that that going back to school will help bring those things. Am I making sense today? I feel like I'm off today. But then again, when am I not? So as we mentioned in the beginning of the episode, you two are the co-presidents for the Sanqui Student Council. Woo woo. Do you mind sharing a bit about, for those listening at home, like what exactly does a student council do, right? And what does that look like now, especially with this whole pandemic that's been going on?
Well, it's for sure different this year. I think I could speak for both Sid and I when we can say the past 3 years for student council have kind of been consistent. We've been on student council since grade 9 and we've kind of followed through every year. And then to get to this year and have everything different was a big shock for sure. But we are making it work. And I think there are some things that we started this year that we're going to keep going with even after the pandemic. And I think it's something that the entire school has kind of shifted for. Like we've done these things that we've never done before we've had the biggest turnout all year. Like we've never had so many classes participate in events, and that's because they're looking and reaching for those opportunities to get involved with the school, because it used to be so easy to get involved and now you kind of have to really work for it. And I think at the beginning it was just Sid and I, and there was a lot on our plates, and we kind of, a couple people at a time had joined student council, and now we have a team of I think 20, and we all work together on Zoom to make things work. And I think one step at a time, we're just getting there back to our normal student council.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. It's definitely different. Again, it's not what Maddy and I expected for sure, but getting to do this together is a big thing for us too. It's never happened before in Sanqui's history. So having two presidents, so that's the best possible outcome for us, that we get to do this together. I think we're really grateful and we lean on each other a lot. So yeah, doing this together is probably the best outcome out of the pandemic for me, because this wouldn't have happened if everything was normal. So that's great. Everybody's just working really hard, and a lot of it is virtual, but that's kind of the move now anyway. So like Maddy said, it's just getting way more people, reaching way more people than we have before. And just finding new ways to do that has been interesting, and reaching into that creative part of ourselves that we've really had to find this year.
Yeah, I think having two like student council presidents, not only does it like make it seem more of a team effort than just having like one person, especially since it's all online, you're not really meeting in person, but it also like takes the pressure off of just one student council president. You know, you have two people, you have someone to lean on and like run ideas by, and like I feel like having two is just like what you said, like totally different, and it's better.
It is
and
better.
Sid and I have been able to kind of have our own strengths. Like since grade 9, we've always had our own strengths, and they just work so well together, our personalities, and we kind of have like that good cop, bad cop thing going on between us, where like someone will be like super like, we got this guys, and the other is like, we got to get this done kind of thing. And it works because it's just lovable about us. I think people do love having us together to make those decisions, just because we have both perspectives. And I feel like it's always better to have two perspectives than just one person delegate. It just gives a more of a group feel, especially for people on student council, to feel like everyone has a voice.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true. Like with the two perspectives, with two people at the helm, essentially, it's two different ideas that can work together and come up with an even bigger, better, like awesome idea, right? So like the chances and opportunities to collaborate even bigger, I think, with two people. It's really cool. You mentioned too about how you had you're running events and you're doing them virtually. How can you give us a bit of like an inside peek into what those events look like and how they are running virtually?
Yeah, so even if we want to talk about when we're in school, so now we're back, and a lot of stuff we do over the announcements. Maddy and I, that's our best friend now, is the announcements. So we run a lot of events rather than having assemblies and all these big things that we usually do all together. We still do it together, we just do it in our own classrooms over the PA system. So we've been doing a lot of, every Friday we do a game called Guess That Tune. Maddy and I do something called Happy Happenings every morning on the announcements, where we share like good news, fun facts, just something to get people's day off, right? So definitely the announcements is a huge thing for us. So we can do trivia and it gets the whole school together competing, but in a safe way. Also, we do a lot of social media competitions on Instagram. We use a lot of polls. Yeah, stuff like that.
That's awesome. And like to hear that you're doing these like the happy, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Happy happenings. Did I say that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, like those things are like little things that like you said can help start someone's day off like really happy. Oh, I feel like I used that word too much. But you know, especially during these times, like it gives them something to look forward to almost, right?
That's our hope. Yeah, that's why we do it. So hopefully some people probably think it's pretty, a lot of our jokes are on the lame end, but we do our best, you know. Hopefully people enjoying that.
We have had a couple students like even come up to us and be like, happy happenings with Sid and Matt's, or like we heard the fact today, like because we always put like fun facts, and it does make our day to know that like even if there's like a little thing that we can do just to make people excited to come to school, it's totally worth it, especially those Fridays when we do have the Guess That Song. I will always remember that just because of how competitive St. Teresa's teachers are. It's nothing like before. Like these teachers are so competitive. Like I would not want them all on the same basketball team or something. I would be so scared to go up against them. They are so competitive, and it's just crazy. Like they call so fast. So what we do is we put 3 songs. We'll go 1 song at a time, and then we'll say, please do not call until the 3rd song starts playing. The first song starts playing and I have 3 people on the phone calling. I'm like, you haven't even heard the other 2 songs, and they just want to win so bad, which is so fun. And yeah, I'd rather it be that way for sure than no one else want to participate. But yeah, it's just great to know that teachers are encouraging their classes to be fun and just have fun sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really cool to hear that the teachers are really getting into it, and that, you know, I feel like a strong sense of like the school community is, you know, like if anything, it's growing during these times instead of kind of dismantling or anything. I don't know if that's the right word. You know, speaking of teachers though, when we're thinking about the pandemic and how it is affecting schools, usually, you know, at least with my mind, I think, okay, what the students, right? Because that's what I relate to more. But you know, a big part of schools as well is the teachers and the faculty. So I was just wondering, at St. T's right now, are there any teachers or staff at the school who have been working hard to make sure that the students are, you know, settling into this kind of weird time? Okay, like anyone you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I think there's so many. We have such a strong, enthusiastic group of staff at St. T's. Everybody, not just teachers, like everybody in the office, you know, everyone in admin, all our EAs, everybody's just so fantastic. We started actually something called Thunder Promotions that a lot of the teachers are really driving and taking charge of. So that's been really cool. Maddy and I love Mr. Weiser too. We haven't had a bunch of teachers just to talk about personally with our classes, but Mr. Weiser was our English teacher last quad, and he just did such a great job. They're just so dedicated, you know. They're there 24/7, even if we're not always on Zoom, because they understand that we can't be on Zoom all day. It's so bad for your mental health. And so they're so great at just being there if you do want to set up a private meeting, or everybody's really fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And I would say our Stuco advisors, Mr. Sparks, Ms. Spence, and Mr. Polarin, they're always willing to crack a joke and put a smile on our face, which is really important, especially when we're stressed about events and all these different things. They're always there just to make us laugh a little bit and forget about some of the stuff we're not too happy about.
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always a plus when, you know, the people are the advising people, like whether it's a supervisor at work or, you know, like the faculty advisor, like when they support you as well through it, like it helps you. I feel like you're like, you know, hey, right, I can do this. Like I don't need to stress out as much as, you know, I wish I could, you know, take my own words and follow through with that. But you know, yeah, that's really cool to hear that the teachers are still helping are helping in such an awesome way still through this pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks so much for sharing about what's going on with St. T's and the student council, and how how much that whole school community is working together and supporting one another through these times. So we want to take a bit of a segue to that, and was wondering if you two would like to play a little game with us to kind of get to know each other, as well as the listeners at home get to know a bit about us four lovely people. Awesome. So we are, if it's okay with y'all, we are gonna play 2 truths and a lie. So for those listening at home who have never heard of how this game works, essentially everyone's gonna take a turn saying 3 things about themselves. 2 of those things are true, but one of them is a lie. And then the rest of the group have to guess which one of them is the lie, and they get a point that way. And may the best detective win, I guess.
Awesome.
Well,
All
I
right.
think, Maddy, you should go first because I'm going to need a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is one of my favorite games. So, like, I just love it. Okay. So, first one. About a year ago, I got a hamster, and about 8 days after I got the hamster, it had 5 babies in my hand. Yep. Second, one of my first jobs, I played a princess, Snow White. I won't go into too much detail with this one, but I had to help children find certain things and all these different things. And sometimes I played Anna, but most of the time it was Snow White. And the third one, in September, I got my G2, and my 3rd week of driving with my mom, I hit a fox on the left side of our car.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
imagine Maddie's like my best friend. I don't know.
I pick really hard ones. They're really hard.
Not only that, but they're detailed. Like
Yeah.
there's details in it. I'm like, wait, now I don't know if that's a lie.
That's the trick.
Oh, I'm trying to.
I feel really grossed out by the hamster one.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think Sid should go last.
I agree.
Oh, yeah. I think Sid has a
agree.
bit
Yeah.
of an advantage here as your
Well,
co-president.
you would think so, but I have no idea. I have no clue.
Okay, well, I'm gonna guess that it's the fox one. Like, I don't think you ran over or hit a fox, but who knows?
I'm gonna go with the hamster because I don't want you to have had to go through the fact that your hamster had 5 babies in your hands.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, I'm trying to think back to when Maddie got her G2, and it was the fox one. It's the fox.
The fox? All right, all answers are locked in. Maddie, what is the truth here?
It was the fox.
Knew it. I only knew it because you did not get your G2 in September.
I was very close to hitting it, but I did not hit it. I did play a Disney princess at Castle Village.
Wow.
I used to work at Castle Village, and I had a quarantine hamster. Like, I got it during quarantine, and my dad was in a really important meeting, and I went to pick him up. I thought it was him at the time, and all these babies came crawling out in my hand, and I just lost it. Like, I screamed as loud as I possibly could. They were crawling everywhere. I didn't know what to do, and we had to take care of them for a month before we could give them away. It was pretty crazy.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Oh my god.
I would be traumatized.
I'd just
Yeah,
be
it was a little scary.
confused. I'd be like, what's happening in my hand?
Wow.
But we thought it was a boy, so that's what was the worst part. I was like, what's going on? Like, I'm so confused.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was good. Thank you for sharing there, Maddie. Is anyone else would like to go next?
I'll go.
Avery?
I have some.
All right, go for it.
Okay. So I broke my arm by being pushed off a trampoline. I've never traveled outside of Canada before. And I once ate 24 tangerines in a day.
Oh man.
These
Wait,
are
what was
really
your first
hard.
one?
I broke my arm by being pushed off a trampoline.
Oh. These are all very real things. Even the tangerines. Like, I feel like that did happen to you.
I feel like
Um,
I've done. Yeah.
Tangerines are pretty good, so I feel like I could eat 20.
Mm.
It's a lot
In
of
a
pizza.
day, right?
In a day, yeah.
24 in a day.
What was the second one again?
I've never traveled outside of Canada.
Wait. My memory is really not my friend right now because I feel like you've told me a story, but at the same time, I don't know if that's exactly, it was your story that of you traveling outside of Canada. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna guess the broken arm from getting pushed off the trampoline.
Okay.
I'm gonna think that's the lie.
Me too.
I'm going to go with the tangerine one because I feel like realistically, 24 tangerines in a day, that's 1 per hour.
Or
Or 2 for 12 hours. Okay, wait, no, I'm gonna say it's just kidding, JK. It's the traveling one. I feel like you have been outside of Canada.
Everyone got their answers?
Yeah. Everyone's sealed?
all right.
I have traveled outside of Canada several times.
Oh darn. Aaron, you got a point.
Yes! I knew
Yay.
it. See,
Which means I did eat 24 tangerines in a day.
I knew it.
That's crazy.
I
My
felt
goodness.
really gross after.
I was gonna say that's a lot of vitamin C.
In my defense, I didn't realize how many had been until like all the peels. I looked over. It was an online school day. I was hungry.
I feel
And they're
that.
so small. Like they're so small that it just feels like
Exactly.
a little snack. You don't even realize.
That's very
Exactly.
true. And you know, it's very like you can piece by piece or like a whole. You can make a smiley face out of like half of
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
A lot of peeling though. That was my concern about it. Was
I
like
use a knife.
I love oranges and tangerines, but I will not touch them. Like I'll touch them if they're peeled, but someone has to peel it for me. So, you know, cheers to you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Not
I use a
imagine.
knife. I don't like it getting under my nails. It grosses me
Yeah,
out.
like a
Wow.
that is all right.
Yeah.
That's well, thanks for sharing, Avery. Good to know that you're good for vitamin C.
Yeah,
So
I've
we don't have
got
to worry about it.
amazing amounts of vitamin
Yeah.
C.
Sid, do you have stuff? I know you're saying you still need to think of stuff. If you need more time, I can go. I have some.
Okay, you go. You go.
Yeah. Okay. So if I ever paint my nails, I only paint it black or gray. I used to play baseball as a kid, and I've been on the behemoth in Canada's Wonderland.
Oh. Goodness.
I feel like I know we've talked about your nails before.
Have we?
Yes. And
You guys are good. You guys are good. Everyone's on top of it today.
these are all such like normal things.
Yeah.
I've cracked a code for this game. I know.
What was the second one again?
The second one was I used to play baseball as a kid.
I feel like you've told me about your nails being a different color or wanting a different color. But I cannot remember.
I feel like I'm gonna go with the behemoth just because I feel like you would paint like you would like to try a different color. So if you haven't already tried a different color, you will. And I feel like every kid has played baseball, like yeah, like or been on a baseball team as a kid. So I'm gonna go with behemoth.
Okay.
I'm going with the nails. That
Nails
you've painted them more than just those two colors.
I see. Sid, what are you thinking?
I would pick either of those. I'm just trying to choose. I definitely feel like you would paint your nail other colors than just those two. But but I don't know. I don't know if you seem like a roller coaster person. I don't know what a roller coaster person would like.
I was gonna say I have no idea what they look like.
Like I don't know what that
Like,
means.
oh,
But
arms always up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just ready for anything.
I'm gonna say the nails.
The nails?
Yeah.
All right, everyone has their answers locked in.
Yep.
So the lie was that I've never rode the behemoth.
Oh,
So yeah, Cydney, you're right. I'm not a roller coaster person.
how did I know? I should trust my instincts.
It's because of the heights and then the physics behind what makes your stomach feel weird. Yeah, not a big fan of that.
Makes
But I
sense.
have ridden roller coaster. I think the only big roller coaster I've ridden at Wonderland is that new one, the Yukon thing.
Yukon Striker or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Only because I was forced by my friends. So peer pressure, everybody. But yeah, Maddie, congrats on the point there.
Thank you.
Um,
I should have known. Oh well.
yes. It's all good. It's all good. See, that's why we're doing it, because now we know.
Fun fact.
Sid, are you ready to give us your 2 truths and your not truth?
We will wing it. Okay. My favorite color is green. When I was younger, I had a cat called Bandit, and my brother and sister let him out, and we never saw him again.
No.
And I love Khalid.
Okay.
I feel like all those make sense again.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. I don't know.
I feel like I know so many people who've had a cat named Bandit.
I was gonna say it's a very common cat name, I think. Like especially if it's a black and white cat too.
I was thinking like a calico cat. I feel like every calico cat that I've ever heard is named Bandit.
Okay,
Really?
Avery, you know more about cats than I do. I was gonna say the favorite color, but you're also wearing for those listening you can't see, but for us, I can see that you are wearing green, but at the
Yeah.
same time that doesn't mean that it's your favorite color. So I'm very stuck here.
I don't know.
So if you love Khalid, is he like your favorite artist, or you just like listen to him a lot?
I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that.
'Cause that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like you might love Khalid, but he might not be your favorite artist.
I mean, I do love Khalid. That's what I said, anyways. So tricky. I feel like no, I'm not going to comment at this time because I don't want to.
Maddie's not commenting either, which
Yeah.
I feel like she knows something that we don't.
I feel like I want to go last so that
Okay,
you guys guess first.
Okay.
Yeah, because I probably end up just guessing whatever Maddie guesses.
True.
Just to get a point.
I feel like the lie is the cat one, because there was a lot of details in there with like the name and then who let it out, right? So many variables. So I'm gonna go with that one.
I'm going with that one too. That's on my mind.
Okay, can't copy Maddie, but copy Essie.
I know you love Khalid. Like that's not even a question.
Mhm.
And I'm still a little stumped just because your siblings don't always think everything through from what I've known in the past. But we have been talking about pistachio green and like all those different colors a lot. But I also like your staple is pink. Like you're like I'm gonna go with the cat just because you have a dog right now and I just can't see you with a cat.
You think the cat's a lie too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everyone thinks the cat is a lie. Well, you all lost. The cat is true. I hate cats, but it's kind of because of that experience. So, because that was my first cat, like that was my first pet ever, and they let him out and never saw him again. So now I hate cats.
Bandit, if you're out there listening, hope you're doing well.
So awkward. Yeah, the lie was that my favorite color is green. I do love green. I'm wearing a lot of it today, but it's not my favorite.
Is it pink?
No, I'm very out of sync.
I
I
feel
know
like you're an orange favorite color person.
I do love orange.
Or yellow, maybe.
I love a lot of colors. Right now, I kind of switch though. Right now, I love like nude beige and brown.
Oh,
Maddy, you should
should have
know that.
known.
But
I should have
Neutrals.
known.
like phases, I'm kind of entering the green phase, but we're not there yet. So
Mm,
fun times.
That was fun. Well, thank you all so much for playing this
Yeah.
game. I feel like we got to know a lot about each other through this, and not just beyond talking about council, but like this fun game. Always great to play games to get to know each other. Well, speaking of that, I guess it's time, unfortunately, to wrap up this episode of the Red Couch podcast. I want to thank Sid and Maddy for joining us for this episode. Is there anything you want to, last minute shout outs or anything you want to mention to our listeners?
Feel free to follow us on TikTok. We just started a TikTok account. It's at TikTok, STUCO, TikTok, where we post tons of fun little stuff we do. Like we have a really cool video coming Friday, Valentine's Day for school. We're going to be asking people who they love, which is really fun and exciting. And if you are thinking of coming to St. Teresa's, you're in grade 8, or maybe just thinking of transferring, take a look at our school website because we have some interesting things coming on there, and some really fun videos we have prepared.
Yes, yeah, we've got some Valentine's Day stuff coming up on Friday, so that is exciting. Yep, just check in with yourself and your friends, take care of your mental health, be safe out there, drink water, wash your hands.
You heard them, folks. Do
Yep.
what you got to do. And also don't forget that the North Sanqui Wellness Hub is here if you need any supports or need to access any services this time. So like counseling, mental health brief therapy, anything that you may need. Don't hesitate to call or text us at 705-427-5639. You can follow us on our social media as well, on Instagram, Facebook. We're thinking of starting a TikTok as well, so we might join you on that boat. All right, anything else to add?
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to talk to you and learn more about you guys.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now. Bye.